Hey y'all. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Mine is the what is it called? The Christmas song that they redid, but it was like the 69 Boys. I want the ratchet one. Y'all remember?
No.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I don't know anything ratchet.
Here she
So
goes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The lies we tell.
Listen. So listen, you guys. Right now, we're getting ready. We're gearing up for. Well, actually, we're on. We're ready to go for the Women of Power Radio Show. And as you guys can see, even with our topics that were released before, that we've got some hot topics on tonight. And so far for the last two shows, we have only been able to do one audience question. And so tonight we're going to see if we can do two. But if the conversation keeps going, we're going to keep going as well. But at this time, you guys, we are sharing.
Share the video. Share the video.
To all the ladies in the slightly sweet styling grace.
Something to your. I don't know what that is that she's singing.
She was about to.
I don't do ratchet songs, but
hey y'all.
Okay. So.
Hey.
I want a little bit of this. I want a whole lot of that. It was something like that.
Y'all heard her.
5 months free rent. That's all I remember. That was my
what's
Christmas
up, Chris
jam.
Chris Love, Cliff Sparks, and Portia Jackson Campbell. How you doing?
Hey y'all.
Tate, Ambrosia Harvey. What's up? Oh, Nana, he said you look different with the red hair. It's beautiful. It's
Thank you. It's hot pink.
It's
thank
a hot
you.
Pink, Cliff, but
we being ratchet Christmas today. Hello.
Oh, thank you. Chris Love says we are so beautiful. Oh, praise Ricky. How you doing?
Oh, Chris did come back. Hey.
Hello.
Remember we argued about if she was a girl or a boy last week?
Yes. And she's back.
Jesus is the reason.
Oh Lord, I just want to share to my page. Okay, so listen. While we are all sharing the video, we want to make sure that everyone likes the post, as well as come on here, drum roll, please.
Where the gift card this month for sharing?
I thought I got kicked out.
Y'all heard it here right there. But also, you guys make sure you subscribe to our YouTube. Our YouTube is Women of Power Radio Show.
I'm trying to be real ladylike right now because I got these ears on my head. Anyway,
does that make you real ladylike? I said ladylike.
Because y'all listen, y'all know I've been transitioning lately, right?
Transitioning.
I'm just saying, I'm more of I'm a lady.
Oh, of course you are.
I'm a
lady. You going from a female to a lady? I mean, I understand. What you coming from?
I don't play games.
She's from ratchet to righteous, y'all.
No boys, grown men.
She's from crib to Christ. Come on.
That was your story.
I ain't never been in a gang though.
No, we just dated the gangbangers.
I never dated.
Put money on books, perhaps. Made a drop or 5.
You put some money on somebody's books.
Of course, he got locked up. You gotta be ride or die, girls. Ride or die.
Nelly Medina, thank you so much. Nelly says we look wonderful, you guys. So yeah.
Thank you.
Listen, Jada Henderson, thank you so much for joining us on tonight.
Jada.
Oh, that's Jada.
Jada.
She's the one who's stealing you for next week.
So you're stealing our girl next week. Okay.
We see where this is going.
It's the holidays. We have plans. Okay, you can have them for next week. Tomina says you're a special case. So listen, you guys, like I said, we were just sharing, but you know what? I think we need to go ahead and jump in.
Let's jump right in. Let's go.
On the slow boat.
But which one we gonna?
All right, y'all. So
I think we need to do the
phone one because that's too juicy. I'm sorry.
So I gotta be the one to help you. You're my sister, and I love you. Okay. See, I'm not gonna let my friend look horrible in public and not tell her. I'm gonna let her know what's up. But some of y'all let them have crust in their eyes, eyelashes falling out, and won't say nothing. But see, I'm a true friend.
Okay, thank you. So we're gonna start off with the.
Jay talking about what it do. You at work? You can't talk like that.
It's the pink hairs bringing it out, right? I know, girl.
Right.
What's up? What it is?
Don't talk about. What you party video or something?
It's about to go down. So right now we're gonna get right into it, y'all.
Before we get into a question.
Yes.
Can I give a shout out?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up, DOWwn, Skinny Boy, Django, Morris? Mika, Antoinette, Tina Lanier, thank you for joining us. George Pitts, Batista Hubbard. What y'all got going on? JJ, you already know what to do. Swimming at
Oh,
all
David
times.
James, I see you.
Oh, David, come on in where the table is spread. And we're going to jump right in with this first question. What we got now?
Okay.
All right, so this first question, y'all, we have a young woman who says, my boyfriend has a past history of infidelity. He's cheated before, and he always has his phone face down. He says he's just a private person, but I feel like it could be something going on. So what should I do? Because basically he's trying to say I'm overreacting. So basically, she's trying to figure out, is she right to feel the way she feels, or is she overreacting because maybe she can't get past the fact that he cheated? What do y'all say when it comes to flipping your phone over?
Who's starting?
Well,
I guess she done geared her lips up for it.
My lips is big. I don't know where that was going. But for me, I would say, because even now I do that, because my phone, the way that the messages pop up, it previews, because especially for a long time, I didn't know how to take off like the preview of your text messages. So when my phone is up, like literally you'll see the text message and half of what it says when it comes up. So to prevent that, I would just flip my phone over, because I just out of privacy, but not that I'm hiding anything, you know what I mean? But I think that if you're in a relationship, especially if trust has been broken, in order to rebuild that trust, you have to take certain steps in order to be more open. So that's something that I think, out of restoration purposes, that he needs to not be flipping his phone over anymore, because he has already cheated in the past. He doesn't get that privilege.
So we already got people responding, because we know what the response is going to be from the people that
phone around.
Anyway. So Jada says that's suspect.
Right.
It is. JJ,
what's suspect?
Him flipping that phone over.
Oh, okay.
Talking about that suspect. JJ says goodbye, and she spelled it out. Thank you for knowing how to spell.
There's a second part that I just realized is not in the thing. In the original letter, she said not only is his phone flipped over, she said his phone never rings. She's never heard his phone ring around her. That's another thing too.
So she's never heard his phone ring.
Yeah, so basically it's almost like he puts his phone on silent when he's around her, because it was twofold. It's always flipped over, and she's never heard his phone ring.
And he's cheated before.
Yeah.
That's a lot of variables.
Okay. So his phone is on silent, his phone is turned around, he says private calls.
Mm-hmm. Those two.
Okay. That's 3 times you out. Not playing. Jada, thank you for that. But also, Tarina says he's hiding something.
Mm-hmm.
JJ, we see you with the goodbye. Really? No conversation, no opportunity to explain. Just, you know what? I can't hear your phone. You keep turning your phone face down. You got something to hide. Let me tell you something. I'm not even in a relationship, and I turn my phone face down. You know what I'm saying? So it is not because necessarily I'm worried about a man seeing my messages, but I just have people in my squad that you have no idea what they gonna say.
Yeah.
And so I can't be sitting up in church and pop up and say, I don't know. I don't know what it would say that would be inappropriate, but I do turn my phone face down just because I don't want everybody in my
business.
Well, and he could easily use the excuse that the reason why he's doing it is to make sure his focus is on her. He don't want her to feel like the phone is a distraction.
That sounds like such a player move.
Cliff
I just want you to have all my.
What did he say?
Right. He said, "Oh, Chrissy said he's cheating. Chrissy Tucker. All right, Chrissy.
And that's most.
I don't know what's happening. Okay, so it's
because they all responding so fast.
Yeah. Cliff says just because it's flipped over doesn't mean you're cheating. And that's a man's perspective.
Wait, whoever, CLM Esperanza says accept it or move on. Accept what?
The phone being flipped over.
I think you went all the way to the bottom on me. But is
that a man or a woman?
Nellie Medina had a point.
Nellie said, oh, you got it?
It's up there.
Nellie said if his phone is not ringing, that's an issue. So yeah, if you never hear the phone ring, never, he's definitely purposely putting it on silent or on vibrating. So that is very suspect. Considering
but is it though? Because I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. For like the last month, and I'm sure my pastor can attest to this, my phone has been staying on vibrate.
Is that because you ain't been answering? That's because you don't answer when pastor calls? You missed a few calls?
No, it's because it's peaceful. It gives me
that.
No,
because you said he can attest to it.
Because I've told him that so many times.
But I mean, but we understand.
JJ too, she can attest.
the thing is that we're not saying there's anything wrong, right, with putting your phone on vibrate, silent, or even flipping your phone upside down. Keep in mind, though, this is someone who's already cheated. So you have to think of it from the standpoint of, if I'm trying to rebuild your trust, is it okay for me to still do all those things if I'm trying to rebuild your trust? That changes the game. It's not just the point of I'm just flipping my phone over because I'm private.
Jana had a good point.
What'd she say? She said he had it on silent or do not disturb. He blocks his side piece.
Like, what? Block the side piece at night, girl. Can't come through.
But normally he with the side piece at night, right?
No. Evidently not.
You got to come home. So sometimes you got to.
And then my question
post side piece. I seen somebody talk about them being proud of being a side piece recently.
Now Cliff done changed it. He said, well, he's cheating.
You wait, what? Didn't you post something about the wife and the side piece? But she was like, wow. No, I'm saying them posts that you posted about. Didn't you say what you think about this when they sent messages? It was like the wife saying, "No, leave my husband alone." And the side piece was like, "Well, no."
Oh yeah, but it was a creative writing.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's not real.
It was like it wasn't.
She's a Nigerian lawyer. She writes like it's what do you call it? Creative writing. Yeah, she's just doing it. It wasn't real. But I have a poem on that too. It's the main versus mistress thing. It's very interesting.
The portion says cheater, pumpkin eater.
I'm gonna tell y'all, to me, why it would be an issue, especially if he was a past cheater, right?
Right.
So I was in a relationship at one point in my time. Yes, y'all, I did have a relationship one time. I had one. And that boy, I'm talking about, like, cheated on me so many times. And then he got back to this place and I was like, look, you're gonna have to leave these particular people alone. You're gonna have to stop doing this. And the idiot was still friends on social media with the girl he cheated with. And they were inboxing it, even though it was like not bad when I was reading. I said, why would you do this if you know that this person is the reason why we broke up? Why would you even be friends like that? His excuse was, you got to trust me. It's nothing like that. So my point in saying that is, why put a person in a position to have to feel like.
But what if you don't? Maybe you feel like you're not putting a person in a position.
No.
Maybe he feels like it's giving you peace.
That ain't
because I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
If you cheat on me, if you cheat on me with Nana, this is the main person why we broke up. But now, not just y'all are just friends.
You don't move to a whole nother question.
No. I was giving an example of why the phone being turned over would be an issue, because if you cheated in the past and this reminds this person of what happened when you cheated, then there's certain things you don't need to do to bring that person back to that place.
But I'm saying a man that's cheated, he really can't win for losing. He can't win for losing, because if his ringer is on and it's ringing and he's not answering,
you female, they go that hotline, put back answer the phone.
If his phone is turned over and you see a female,
why your phone ain't ringing?
And he, you know what I'm saying? If it is turned over and a female name pop up, but you can't see what she said, it's an issue. The phone's turned down and you can't see who's texting, it's an issue. If the phone's on silent, it's an issue. So really, a man who has cheated, he can't win for losing. And the problem, and one of the major problems I think it is with men who have cheated, is that they don't want to have to go through what it takes to regain trust. They don't want to have to expose and open up their whole personal life to you just so you can trust them.
They want to just say sorry and be done with it.
Well, no. What I'm saying is that they can't win either way. The only way a man could probably win with a woman that's trying to regain trust is when that phone rings to say, "Oh, hey, babe, this Auntie Ella. Let me answer it on speakerphone so you can hear our home." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or if a text comes through, "Hey, this is my boy John. Look, he said, well, that's really." And men do not want to go through that.
But you're gonna have to if you cause that much hurt to some. Now, this is my thing. Has she explained to him that him doing that is an issue?
I'm sure she has. That's why
you get what I'm saying. Or is it just a thing?
Oh, hey, Kia, she's here today.
So we need to figure out. Okay, so she said she's a woman, because I was about to go.
Let's go to
the one that's the CLM Esperanza. She said she's a woman, but she was kind of on the side with the man.
And she said accept it and move on.
Yeah, but that ain't the only thing that she wrote either. She said, "You with him? Stop looking for stuff." Stop looking for stuff.
Well, Chrissy Tucker came back before and said, "Why is your phone on silent, bro? Why is your phone flipped over? It's no excuse." But I'm just speaking as a woman who don't even have a man. I flipped my phone over. I flipped my phone
over. The emphasis was so strong.
I'm just keeping it real.
There's nothing available. Okay, so now
y'all put a man under the Christmas tree for her, y'all. Please.
Y'all got a daddy out there.
That was too funny.
Who doesn't even have a man? You want a daddy.
I need child support. Y'all gotta pay
So
her
you
for the
want a
past
baby
35
daddy?
years. No.
Oh.
Wait.
What? You trying to get child support for you?
I'm trying to get him to give
Girl,
you the
you
child support.
I just want a good husband. All right.
Grown woman to love you. There ain't no way. If I
Girl,
get
They'll make you do
get
back
child
pay.
support.
He gonna have to pay back pay 35 years.
Lord have mercy.
What I'm saying is,
oh, Jackie, hey girls, that's my sister.
It's not an issue about flipping your phone over. It's not an issue about a bit of silence and stuff like that. But because of what has happened previously, though, there are just certain things you shouldn't do to cause that type of feeling. You shouldn't even want to put yourself in a position for a person to start thinking that you're doing that again. Yeah, if you cheated, I'm sorry. You just gonna have to go above and beyond to show that that's just not who you are anymore. So
that's true.
Unvibrate your phone. Flip your phone over. If your mama talking, I want my ear just like this because I need to know it's your mama and not your baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just, unfortunately, when we hurt people and we are back in their lives, sometimes there's just extra things that we have to do to gain that trust back.
Facts.
Unfortunately, that's just what you have to do because you.
But no, you got to ask yourself, do you even want to do it? No, because you say
some people can make you stretch it too far.
Can you read what Tiffany said, and then we're gonna go back to that right there.
Tiffany said a conversation needs to be had. Do not ignore the red flag.
So is that a red? Does everybody agree that that's a red flag?
Yes.
That a man
who has
in
cheated,
a relationship, who has cheated in the past, constantly turning his phone over,
and phone does not ring. That's definitely a red flag.
I definitely believe that. I mean, but you need to have a conversation.
Of course.
Okay, now let's get back to what you were saying about somebody that has cheated, about regaining that trust. Nana.
Someone who has cheated, like Zoe was saying, has to go through, I guess, hoops in a sense in order to rebuild that trust, right? Because
male or female?
Male or female, both. If you are cheated, if you're anyone who has done anything, especially when it comes in the area of infidelity, in order to rebuild trust, even in friendships and anything, rebuilding requires rebuilding. That means you have to start over. That means you have to put in work. It's not enough to just say, oh, I apologize, just like we talked about last week. It's one thing to just say, oh, okay, well, I'm willing to do it and I want to do it and I'm sorry. And it's another thing to be your behavior to change, right? They say that a real apology is changed behavior.
Absolutely.
So if all I'm saying is, oh, I'm sorry, or don't bring that up, or I told you I'm trying, that doesn't mean anything if we don't see any action behind it. So it comes with the territory. I feel like as a man, for him to tell her that she's overreacting and he's just a private person, he's not taking into consideration the pain that he put her through when he decided to step out on her. He's not taking into consideration that every time that phone is flipped over, she's wondering, are you cheating on me again? Every time she sees that, you're taking her back to the place that she just came out of and even gave you another chance, bro. So what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing? No, I just feel like that's just so inconsiderate.
Now, the thing is too about that, I understand that eventually. So what is the cutoff point? You get what I'm saying? How long does he have to do that? If she's still going for a whole year saying, I don't trust you, this and that, and you still got to learn, does that? Okay. Oh, that's what you're saying? Oh, so it, like, how long does he now have to do this?
What? Like
prove himself?
Like say
until she feels safe.
So
do
you think that after a year, if she's still kind of in that same place, is he wrong for leaving her?
No. Listen,
you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just asking, like,
exactly. But I don't know how you put a time frame on it, but I do know that it has to be within reason. I mean, you would not want to have to pay forever for your mistakes.
Right.
We've all made mistakes in our life. Okay?
Jesus died for us.
Kasha used to be cripping. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm saying? I went from crip to Christ. So
she went from crip to pole to Christ.
Right. Quit. That book ain't out yet. But you know what I'm saying? So all of us have made mistakes.
From post to pastor. Hey, come on. Oh my goodness.
Because she's a pastor.
The atmosphere. Put it in the atmosphere.
She didn't go to a pastor. She's a pastor.
I don't even want to say
she said
that's book number 3.
Oh my gosh. She said from post to pastor.
What did JJ say? No.
JJ said the reason I said goodbye is simply this.
From drugs to deliverance.
The reason I say goodbye is simply this. We recognize behaviors and oftentimes spend too much time trying to justify them. Why waste your time and you have suspicion? It will drive you crazy, especially if you are choosing not to believe him. Child, just move on. So she's saying, and that's the thing, you
have a choice to eventually start trusting people.
Yeah.
Are you still upset?
No, it's the truth.
Oh,
I don't think she was upset. She was laughing.
No, I thought it was funny.
She said from
But yeah, that's a good point.
Listen, but it's okay. Why waste your time and have suspicion? But the reality of it is that when you make a mistake and a person comes back to you and they humble themselves and they're honest and they're telling you, I made a mistake, I want to make this right. You have a choice at that moment whether to forgive them or whether to move on, right? Once you make that decision that I want to forgive you, just because you said I want to forgive you, I want to work this out, doesn't mean I automatically just trust you again.
Right.
Yeah. There has to be a method, a period of restoration. There has to be a period of you restoring that trust. You know what I'm saying? What you say? Some reciprocity.
Yeah, that too. In order for there to be true reconciliation, it has to be acknowledgement and changed action. It's not just acknowledgement.
So I'm not just gonna take your word. Oh, I made a mistake.
And they want you to do that. They want you to do that so bad. Like I said, I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry, and that doesn't mean like no. Sorry is
because
an
you're sorry does not mean that I forget what you did and just go back. There's okay. First of all, I want to say this publicly, and I want to say this to the whole world that's watching right now. Okay. It is the hardest thing to do. Okay, one of the hardest things to do is to restore trust.
Absolutely.
So that's why it's so imperative in relationships that you do not break it. Yeah. So it's a process to the restoration of trust. And like you said, men, and I think some women too.
Oh, yeah.
Women that cheat, they be wanting the man, just get over it, just get past it, but you still suspect.
Yeah.
I can't move past it because you still got shady behavior.
Yeah.
Like I need to see something different. I have to get past my ear game.
Mm-hmm. I just hate when they use the excuse like, like you just got to trust me. Like I'm just not gonna do it no more. I told you my word should be good. It's like, no, bro, like you hurt me. Like, and you owe me change. You owe me, you have to prove a point to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if it's that easy, it's gonna be easy to go back and mess up again because it's that easy to fix it again. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, wait a minute. Let's read this by Leander Hodge out of Las Vegas.
He said, if someone has the characteristic of cheater, I believe they'll always be a cheater.
So they have the characteristics of a cheater.
Not once they cheat, they'll always cheat.
The propensity to cheat.
Yeah, so when you say characteristics, I'm thinking that's like their innate, like their nature.
Like they do it.
So that's different from, I guess, like just a personality that change. I don't know. So I feel like, of course, if it's characteristic, then.
Can we also get past this little thing that once a cheater, always a cheater? I know that some people stick to that, and I've seen people post that before.
Yeah, people can change.
But you know what they're speaking to? They're speaking to the relationships that you're in where the person is perpetually cheating.
Like,
that's what he's talking about. Go ahead.
Well, maybe I shouldn't say because
help her. Look, push it back just a little bit.
I don't really watch reality TV, but for those of you who do, I did catch a clip of the reunion and Real Housewives of somewhere in Georgia, and the wife, like I think her husband is even over a congregation. He cheated on her like 6 times or so. And she's took him back again after he just cheated on the last thing. So we were talking about that. But
are you talking about Real Housewives?
Yeah, I don't know their names because I don't watch reality TV. But I just saw that clip.
Was it Real Housewives of Potomac? Mm-hmm. And they all had yellow on?
Yes.
You're talking about Pastor Jamal's Bryant's
wife.
Baby mama.
Oh, that's not
they not married?
They were married. They got divorced, and she got back with him. I don't speak on no pastors and stuff like that. So if y'all want to know what they were talking about, look it up for yourself. But basically, he was slanging something in the church and got babies.
A lot of them, but they asked her right then and there, so did you take him back? And she was like, "Yeah, I did."
They say he has like 7. He has like 6 or 7 kids in the church. But it wasn't necessarily that was the issue. The issue was that she was so harsh to other women about their relationships.
Oh,
and in this particular relationship, she was publicly saying she was back with him. The daughters that she had with him, they didn't approve of it because they know how their daddy is. The people didn't approve of it. And so somebody finally brought it to her attention. Hey, you want to speak on us about our relationships, but they called him Pastor Holy Whore. And so, yeah. I don't.
You said you weren't gonna talk on me.
Oh, excuse me. But now that's not my opinion or anything.
That's just what happened.
I know you stating fact.
But to me, in that case, it was just interesting because when they asked her right then and there, so even after all that, are you back with him? And she was like, yes. So it was like, and she's so gorgeous. So when you look at her, it's like, what in the? She could have any man that she wanted.
But manipulation too.
She's so stunning. So I was looking at her, and everyone was just like, why would a woman of your caliber put up with someone who
But
was
see,
cheated on you
some
6
of the
times?
Some of the most beautiful and successful women in the world have so many insecurities. And so they don't see what you see. And so you're looking like you could get anybody, sis, but in her mind, she don't feel like that. She doesn't see herself like that. So I think it might even be a self-esteem issue.
And you know, financially, I may not be successfully yet, but I'm heading there. But people used to look at me and not understand because they would think I was this very gorgeous person. How could I deal with somebody the way that I was dealing with them?
Right.
To me, I couldn't understand how their thought process. I couldn't see what people seen, and it was because I had insecurities. I didn't either it was because I didn't go to college, or because I didn't think that I could get this or have that, or because I had laid in the bed too many times with too many people. I got kids out of wedlock.
Feel like you weren't valued.
Too many walks of shame in the morning.
Yeah, I felt like
you're not calling me anymore. What did I do?
What I dealt with, and then I just didn't know how to love myself.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just the lack of what I had. I didn't know my worth. And a man that God sent me could walk up to my face at that time and be like, I got all this for you. Not just materialistic stuff, but I'm trustworthy. I'm this, I'm that. It would have never made sense because in that moment I didn't feel like you deserved it. No, we don't. I think it's crazy that we can live life a certain way, and because we screwed up so much, we feel like that we don't deserve those type of people. But if y'all only knew who God says that you are, right? You know what I'm saying? Like once you get that understanding, like I know it's somebody out there for me that's great because I'm great too, not because I'm some person that's waiting around for some man or something like that. No, whoever gets me is gonna be a blessing. Right. You know, so yeah, we have to understand our value and our worth. And so when I seen that, her name is Giselle. Yeah. When I seen it, I seen her face. I ain't gonna lie, when I first seen it, I laughed because she used to clown them so much. But after I rewatched it, I said, Lord, forgive me, because I was laughing at her pain because you could see it in her face.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, what is, you could tell she was hurt, but she was trying to play it off like, and it was just like, wow.
And that's the first time she's been quiet a lot.
You said what I'm saying?
Oh, Mary Martin has a question.
Oh, Mary Martin said, can we encourage women and men to stay in relationships, in relationships with people who have cheated on them? There's too many people in the world for that.
That's kind of a two-way thing though, because some people have been cheated on and restored it, and their relationships are greater than what they were before.
Yeah, especially in marriages, I'll say you have to have some grace, right? Because you don't want to leave on the first, stuff happens. Mary. You have to really put in the work, because that's a covenant to whether you guys need to go to counseling, y'all need to sit down and hash that out and try to work it out. But of course, if you have someone who's a habitual cheater and constantly cheating on you, and the Bible even talks about if they want to leave, let them leave. Let them do that then. That's different. But I won't say to be so quick to just walk away from.
And I was gonna say, I think that ties too back into what Leander Hodge was saying about if it's their character, they probably won't change. Yeah. And so in that case, absolutely. But this is what I've come to realize.
Said you broke his heart.
Leander, let's stop.
And I forgave her.
Let's not go into the past. Okay.
What you did? You broke this man's heart.
I just found out. So.
But you said let's not go into the past.
I apologize. The point is that you made me lose.
No, but we were talking about marriages and not being so quick to walk away.
Right.
But should you be so quick? Wait, okay. Y'all forgive me for my sweat on my arms too. Anyways,
can we see it?
Yes, because I can see it.
I can see it now, right there. Yeah. Girl, you should have.
I had a long day today, y'all.
Oh my.
She's still fine though. Don't matter. Go ahead. We listening.
So this is my question: when you're in a relationship before marriage, should you leave?
If y'all aren't married and they're cheating on you like that?
Did the person cheat one time, 2 times, or is it consistently? Because even in a marriage, what I'm saying is, I don't think that a person should stay in a marriage if they're being cheated on consistently.
No, they shouldn't. That's why I said in marriage, if they cheated once, but if they're a habitual cheater, leave.
So if you were just in a regular relationship without marriage, if they cheated on you once, would you leave? And I only say that because what if this could be a person, but this was something that they struggled with in their past, and when they got with you, it was
Speaking from my own experience, I've been the type to not leave, which we've talked about. That wasn't necessarily the best idea, because I've been cheated on more than once, and when it happened, it was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. Of course, I was hurt, but I stayed, and then I left later. Man, so
I believe that because just like when you're a child, and I'm not comparing a man to a child but I'm using the principle. When your child does something in school, they act a fool at school, they do something at home, they lie or whatever, you whip them or you spank them so they'll know that it's wrong. Right. So I feel like there has to be something that happens that first time. There has to be a consequence.
In mine, there wasn't.
That first time. so that they'll understand I'm not going to accept this. Now,
Right.
is that consequence I'm leaving? I don't know. It could be a consequence. I mean, I don't know. But there has to be a consequence the first time, and that's what is setting the standard to say, I'm not going to set that. And if you want to be with me, I'm letting you know that if this happens again, this is the road we're not going to just stop on. We're going to continue on.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And I think that's the mistake too, because for me, like I said, there wasn't a first time of just like consequence. It was like, I'm hurt, I'm upset. Maybe I didn't talk to you for like a week or so, but we're still in a relationship. So to them, it's like, okay, I'm good. She's good. All right.
Because-
No,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
yeah. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that wasn't so bad. All right. Like I could do this. Like what? That wasn't, there was no punishment. So it's like,
John Richardson had a good comment.
John Richardson says a man that cheats don't want the woman
He's
with to even answer his phone. There should not be any secrets at all. If you can share beds, then she can answer his phone.
ooh,
Come on here.
that's a good one. I see that in the
Right, like you ready
all
to
the
get
time where,
you ready to get to the most
intimate level.
intimate level with
If
me.
you're trying to bone, let me answer your phone. Period.
Put it on the shirt. Put it on the shirt.
He said if you laying in the same bed, she can answer. You know, he's saying laying in bed like y'all about to do.
So are we gonna put that on the shirt or not?
No, that wasn't advice that I was giving. I was basically agreeing with what he's saying that hey, if you trying to do that, then
I'm just saying because y'all would buy that too, ladies. I could already see it
I
now.
would never.
Tell them $12.99. No, okay, just me. It's just me. Okay.
Pascal's gonna get stripped of her license, and I'm gonna get stripped of my. I ain't even got fully ordained.
I'm not wearing the shirt.
I ain't got fully ordained yet.
I'm not wearing the shirt.
I'm not wearing that
I'm
shirt.
wearing the shirt. Y'all gonna get the shirt. It's gonna coming out next month. Look
Because you-
for it.
Ooh, you basically tell. Oh my goodness, I'm
Shirts
sorry.
coming soon. Hey. Okay. So next we have a comment from. Hold on. Who's
Talk
that? I
really,
lost
you
it.
better not put. You better not.
Hold on, let's start with John Richardson again because he had a great comment about
Yeah.
standards.
He says your standards need to be at a place in your life in what you deserve in relationships. When you know your value, then you will understand what you will and will not take in what you deserve. Cheating will bring your own value down to who you are, and it will make you feel not worth it. But if you know the price of your value, I like that. If you know the price of your value, then you know your worth, and you deserve your king who will not cheat and accept no excuses. I like that. If you know the price, because you can know your value, but it could be $1
To you.
To you.
Yeah.
You get
And
what-
that's
yeah.
the thing. Yeah, that's very true.
I was gonna say I think what's key is what he said is that your standards need to be in place already before you even allow a man to come in.
Yeah, because if you don't know your worth, you allow other people to set your
Yeah.
price. You've heard that, right? And so if you don't, then you accept all these things from different people because to you, you're allowing the way they treat you to define how much you're worth, right? So let's say you have someone that you're interested in. If he doesn't call you that day, if you don't hear from him, if he talks to you a certain way, that can ruin your whole mood to where you feel like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? What did I do? That means that you're allowing other people. But if you know who you are, whether or not they call you, whether or not you're so secure in yourself that it doesn't bother you like that, you know, because I used to be that way. So yeah.
I was gonna say something in reference to when you were saying they kind of feel like it's more easier for them when you let a week go by and then everything seems like it's okay. Because if a man or a woman, but we're talking about the man right now,
If a cheater,
if a person cheats and in that moment when they get caught, you go off on them, you fuss at them, and then a week goes by and y'all back cool. It's no problem for them because now they're used to your fussing and they're used to this. So when they cheat, they're gonna be like, oh, she ain't gonna do nothing but cuss me out real quick.
right?
She ain't gonna do nothing but not answer the phone for 2 days. You know what I'm saying?
That's more
But
time for me. And
if you are
anyway.
if you're being just as consistent with your same response as they are with their cheating, ain't nothing ever gonna change. So if your response is gonna be the same thing to their cheating, then expecting him or her to keep cheating because you ain't switched up nothing.
Nothing changes.
When you
if
walk
nothing
away,
changes.
stay away. Don't just say I did it. I realized when I was in a relationship after a while, like fussing and cussing was so normal to where I, as a person, got used to it. It was like, oh, okay, I gotta cuss him out now, or I gotta talk crazy, or I gotta almost put my hands, or I gotta talk stupid. You cheated on me again.
Cuss him out right now.
And then after that, they go back.
It's
Both of
true.
y'all are operating the same way, so
It's
you
toxic, y'all. That's a toxic
challenging him to
relationship.
change.
Like, I'm not talking to you. All right, I'm gonna leave you alone. All right, and don't message me anymore. The next few minutes, unlock the door. Okay. So it's like y'all do this dance all the time. Like it's not, you're not getting anywhere.
No, no, read Sister Tyrena.
Tyrena said, I'm leaving. I was cheated on the whole time I was married. pregnant. He cheated. Having my kids, he cheated and made a baby cheating. Oh, so he cheated on you while you were pregnant and had an outside baby. Goodness. Goodbye for me. Don't settle for that. Yeah.
Osaji!
Oh, I said you looking good in that pink girl.
Osaji, huh?
He said you looking good in that
Oh,
pink.
thank you. In honor of Charlie Baltimore, let me tell my
Listen.
age, old schools.
I'm gonna tell y'all something before we move forward.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to know Sajay in their life because he will share your flyers.
He will hype you up.
He will post your story. He will go and write a comment and be like, "Girl, I see you glowing. Come on, my black sister."
Yeah.
Like I be like,
y'all might want to make him your friend.
yeah.
He's that
and
man.
listen, he's single. Hey, don't be putting my boy out there like that. He is single. He loves God.
She's single.
He knows.
She loves God.
Come on here.
He knows scripture.
She knows scripture.
He is chocolate, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think Osaje would talk to me.
She
though.
yellow.
I don't think I turned Osaje world upside down.
That means like your DMs. All right, so we're gonna go to who's the next
Look,
comment?
Alicia said if we get the t-shirt made, she winning it.
I told
Y'all
y'all
better not
we gonna have
y'all
it up.
Don't say
I'm
it
gonna
came
make
from
this
no order.
Yes, it is. We're gonna put women in power right on the bottom, right? Hashtag women. Wait, what? That's not good. I was gonna say hashtag WOP.
No.
They're not gonna understand what that stands
No,
for. You know
don't
what it
connect
stands
us.
for.
Don't say we go to the same church. We are part of the same organization or nothing.
At all.
Whatever. Okay, let's see. There's a comment from JJ. I agree.
Where?
Well, she has more than one. I agree. The
But
flip
JJ
side.
be spitting fire.
Right, yeah. I don't even see it anymore.
And Alicia hearting it. She hearting it anyway. She gonna wear that shirt.
Is that what you're talking about?
It is.
Just read it from there then.
Okay.
Yeah, just read it from there.
So JJ said, I agree, but here's the flip side. You do have to make a point to trust the person, just like when you're offended, if you're hurt, anything can seem suspicious. If you haven't healed from hurt, then I don't see it working. Okay.
No.
That's true too. And then we already talked about
That is true, man.
Yeah, you have to, and that's the thing too, when we were talking about healed from hurting.
Yeah, it was hard.
It's a slippery slope, right? Because if the person just cheated on you and you're giving them another opportunity to rebuild their trust with you, you haven't necessarily healed yet. So to say that you need to be healed before, it's kind of, you can't be healed. That's the whole point. You're still hurting, but you're trying to give them an opportunity to show that they're willing to do something different.
You got to work through the hurt.
So do you think it's necessary to probably like separate for a bit?
You got to work through it. It's called ground zero. So for people who actually like cheat,
this stuff?
Girl, because I had to watch stuff myself when this happened. So this was really cool too. There's a channel, a YouTube channel where there was a guy who actually started off as a pastor, ended up falling. You know, he ended up having an affair with somebody who was in the church. So he started this whole YouTube channel. I forgot what it's called. It's like after. It has to do with the affair, like after the affair, something like that. But he has a ton of videos and all this stuff. But he talks about what he does with couples, whether they're in relationship or married, and where they have to release all the details. Remember in the past, we talked about even when it comes to cheating, a lot of us were saying like, we don't want to know the details. It's kind of like okay, I know that you cheated, but I don't want to know like maybe how long it's been going on, or did you guys sleep together, or all those things. He makes them kind of like expel all of that, and they call it ground zero, just like 9/11 and ground zero. You know where we get that from?
YouTube channel?
It's a YouTube channel. I'll pull it up in a minute when I find the name of it. And so they have to tell all the dirty stuff, like everything. And he said because you have to give the other person an opportunity to hear all of that and make a decision if they want to stay or if they want to try to work things out. So as disgusting as it is, as hurtful as it is, as painful as it is, it needs to come out. Because what ends up happening a lot of times is in the beginning of somebody who's the person who's been cheating on will say, I don't want to know. It's fine. Let's try to go through the healing. And maybe like 1 week into the healing process or whatever he has them do, the wife will start to ask questions now because now she's curious, like, okay, well, I do. So it's like they'll end up having getting new pieces of information, pieces at a time. And he said that's so detrimental because each time they hear a new piece of information, or the husband will lie and say, I told you everything. That's all there is. And then 2 days later, actually, no, okay, I'm not being honest. There's something else. And so when you do it like that.
So it's not one moment.
It's supposed to be one moment.
Ground zero is
ground zero is one moment. But people mess
okay.
up when they don't do it like that. And they end up, that's him right there. What is that channel called? Affair Recovery. The channel on YouTube is called Affair Recovery, and it is really, really good. He has couples come on there and tell their stories, tell their testimonies, and just the videos, self-work, to do shadow work, even on yourself. So the person who's done the cheating a ton of videos on. For the person who's been cheating on and is trying to heal, he has a ton of videos. But just watching it was really helpful for myself, because also it goes back to the way that you look at yourself, how you value yourself, and just being able to move past that, because it is really difficult, you know, and sometimes for you to be in a space to where you can feel like it wasn't because of something you did, especially if you're used to being manipulated, to feel like, oh, well, I cheated on you because maybe you weren't doing A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And if it happens to you more than once, you start to feel like you're the problem. It can happen. So
Right.
yeah, it was a really good channel.
I definitely go watch that.
It's called A Fair Recovery. It's y'all watch it. Check him out.
Mary Martin, who's kind of quite at the bottom, says, spare me the details. Why do I need to know how many times you flipped her upside down? Oh.
Wait a minute, what?
Because some people want to know.
How many times I need you to, that part.
That's ground
how
zero.
do you erase the images that come with that? Man, Mary, when I say I understand, I remember asking.
That's the YouTube, y'all. Fair Recovery.
Oh, Fair Recovery. There it is. Yeah.
I remember asking the person that I was dating. I knew he had cheated on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, "No, what happened?" And he was like, "What do you mean? What happened?" I said, "I need to know exactly, like, how did y'all get to where y'all got?"
Mm-hmm.
And he was in jail at the time. He was on the phone, but he said, well, I mean, she came to the house with me. We went upstairs. She was kind of telling me how cute I was, and this led to this. That's not his words, but like he was going step by step by step. And I said, keep telling me so I'll know. And he literally broke down everything. And as much as sometimes we say, I want to know everything, we don't, because that hunted me for years. So whenever I seen her, and even after I thought I forgave him, all I saw was them going up those stairs, her making that comment, him being flattered by her making that comment. One thing led to this, that, and bam, there they were. And I said, I should have never asked him that, because we think when we ask, tell me everything that happened, it's almost a way of we're taking control of the situation. Now we have the authority. No. Now we control. No, you are breaking yourself on the inside.
You don't need to. This is what they say. The devil is in the details.
You don't need the details at all.
I want to do Taryn and then John Richardson. Then we can move down.
Stop asking for details.
So now we got Taryn, and she says, what does she say?
Oh, that's because of the thing. Yeah,
it's not coming up.
At some point, she has to let that hurt go and trust again. If at times she feels like it can't be done, the relationship needs to be let go and y'all move forward. So she's saying that if the person is hurting in that relationship and they can't seem to trust them again, they have to let it go. And I think that's one of the questions you alluded to earlier. Like, when is that point? How long is that point? Is a year long enough, or how long before you realize that? And then lastly, a year.
Well, what they were saying, like on that channel when they were talking about it, they were saying that if after a year you feel like your trust level has not progressed from how you felt when you first found out, then it probably is best that you walk away, because that means as a person who was cheated on, your healing process is not really occurring in a way that's going to be beneficial for your relationship. Because you can kind of tell, okay, well, maybe I was really hurt when I first found out, but now at least I trust him more. It's not where it needs to be, but I trust him more. But if you're still just as resentful, you're still just as bitter, when that day comes up, during that year, you give him a side eye, like, you take her here, you're still doing stuff like that, then that means you're probably not going to
probably even deal with that for a whole year.
Yeah. I mean,
no man want to hear that.
Constantly stuff being brought up, constantly reminding him, constantly getting. I mean, that's gonna wear people down.
Yeah.
To eventually you're gonna kill the love. John Richardson had a great comment. You guys, anybody want to read that?
I think it's time for you to read.
Okay, I will.
Oh, okay.
Relationships are for mature people. Let's put a pin right there.
For who? What people?
Mature people.
Okay, that's what she said.
It should never be compromised and filled with mistrust. In true love, when you're sure, you should always put yourself in the one you gave your life to. If you think of how it would make you feel if the other doesn't. So put yourself in the other person's shoes. If you really love somebody. But the question is, can you love somebody and cheat? Can you truly love somebody and cheat?
Absolutely. You love God and you still do what you do sometimes. But I think it's a matter of you correct it? Can you fix it? Are you willing to change?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like we sin, and I know some people may think that's deep, but that's the reality of things. We cry at the altar about how much we love God,
True.
but we'll go sleep in somebody's bed, or we'll go steal something, we'll go do something. But no, we love God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with people. I used to not think that there's no way you love me. No, people can love you. It's just, are you willing at this point now that you understand what you've done to me? Can you fix it?
Yeah.
Are you willing to change?
Right.
You know, I believe.
And sometimes when a person loves you, seeing, and this is, I know it's backwards, I know it's asinine, but sometimes people seeing you hurt and realizing how their actions affect you can actually affect them and affect change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. And we just had a question from Chris Love. She wants to know, are they married in this scenario?
I don't believe so.
Ooh, I hope they ain't married if she dealing with it.
Mm-mm. I don't believe they're married.
All right. Okay. Where are we going now?
JJ. Oh well.
Kia.
I missed. Yeah, I'm not sure what she was referring to, but she said, "I like that." She must be referring to what someone said or whatever y'all said. She said, "I like that. Stay behind the glass. Everyone can't touch and feel what's behind the glass."
I got a whole.
But I missed. One. Oh, you did?
Yeah. She says, "This is Kia."
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Everyone has insecurities, and there may be a lot of underlying unhealthy issues that she may not have dealt with. You can hold you back from your blessings sometimes, and that's very true.
And is that by not healing? Or by not
the insecurities, by still having insecurities that you haven't dealt with.
That's
because
true.
having said, if you're already insecure and something like this happens to you, it only snowballs all of that, right? Because now you're even more insecure because it happened to you, and so now your mind is really going at 1,000 miles an hour when they do something or when they don't do something.
Hey, let me just take a song break. Kiki, do you love me? What's up, Kiki? Thank you for joining us. Khaleesi Wallace.
Love Kiki.
Is on live tonight. She says, "Hey Zoe, where's my Kasha?"
Okay, and
where's
hey
Nana?
Nana. That was all good. Hey,
that's
beautiful.
Okay. That's all right. We got you. Keep that same
energy. Make sure y'all share. Make sure you guys share.
Please do.
I've been seeing a lot of new faces and stuff today.
Yeah,
the groups.
So, yeah, we
situationships, relationships, and entanglements. I know y'all tuning in.
Andrea said y'all cute.
Thanks.
Well, we cute.
We get it from her because
thanks.
Look, she be rocking them suits, them sweatsuits she be wearing and stuff.
Yeah.
That's your sister-in-law, right?
Yes.
I said, dang, Andrea Payne.
All right, let's keep it rolling, y'all. So, yeah.
Okay, so next we're gonna go to JJ has another one where she says, maybe I'm just relentless in my standards.
Okay.
She said, maybe I'm just relentless in my standards. I am not staying, period. I'm not breaking my own heart, especially if we're not married. That's too much work and too much complication not to be in covenant with someone.
And it's not saying this stuff is going to be perfect. I kind of get where she's coming, but how long y'all got to deal with you being like this?
True, but my thing to that is, I'll say, to play the devil's advocate, there are relationships that I've seen to where they're not married yet, right? And there's stuff that's going on, and those couples have been willing to go to counseling even before they get married to kind of deal with it. So in a situation like that, would you say, if whether or not it's infidelity or whatnot, if it's something that requires that much work to where y'all aren't in covenant yet, but it would require you guys going to therapy or something like that, do you also feel like that's doing too much to not be in covenant with someone? Or you feel like, no, there's actual circumstances where that makes sense? Because I've had people who say, even when I did it, because I did it as well, to where it's like, oh, y'all ain't married and y'all already going to therapy. And it's like, to me, I'm thinking, okay, well, I feel like, if you guys are both willing to put in work, why not? But some people also see, and some people also look at it and say, like, if y'all having that much trouble already, then why, what are you doing?
That's actually really good if you go before, I think, because at least you're helping, at least you're preparing,
premarital counseling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people will marry.
You are relentless.
Some people will marry folks without them going to counseling. I know some pastors, they won't marry people that refuse to go to counseling. They won't marry them.
And that makes sense.
All right. The man who Kasha broke his heart said,
he said he was kidding.
He's not. For someone to do you like that in the first place, Kasha, just shows a total lack of disrespect and disregard for someone's feelings, and just they don't give a darn about that person. They don't really want that person. So for someone to cheat, you feel like that means they don't want them.
I'm not gonna
say that, because some people, just like with us, right? There's certain things that we all quote unquote make mistakes, we slip up, things like that. So I feel like you can love someone and want that person, but you just also want somebody else too for that moment, you know. And I'm not condoning that, but that's the reality of the situation. At one time. Yeah, it's the reality of the situation.
Yeah, you ain't married though, so like, you know, can we, before we move forward, give a big shout out to Hot Chocolate, as he calls himself. He just said it. Antonio. He says Hot Chocolate is in the building.
Hold the marshmallow.
Antonio, all right. When he said hold the marshmallow, he do look like Hot Chocolate too, don't he? Just throw him in a little cup.
Okay, we got a comment here from John Woody Bright. He says, I won't say he's cheating. Hi, ladies. He's clearly hiding something. Asking him why is fair game. And somebody else mentioned that earlier. Yeah. Just have a conversation about it.
Did he have a change of heart since the last show?
Why?
Because
we weren't talking about cheating last show.
No. I'm saying a change of heart with the way that he approaches stuff, because that is actually pretty good coming from. Oh, wait, didn't you say that was John?
Yeah, the last comment.
What was the last comment? What was John's comment?
When he said, I won't say he's cheating.
Yeah, John wouldn't normally say nothing like that. Maybe God worked on him this past week.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all know right. John goes against the grain. Every time. He'll be like, that's
Insecure Lady show.
Yeah, Insecure Lady. That's that brother's phone. Let him flip it. You know? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I'm shocked. But you know what? You deserve a degree today. You graduated.
Hey. To what?
The next level.
Leanna
said, when a man really wants a woman, I mean, truly wants her as his queen, truly, y'all, truly, okay, he won't ever put her through problems like that.
And y'all heard it here from a man.
It may seem like a simple flip of the phone. It may seem like a simple turning the phone on vibrate.
Yeah.
Oh no. I was referring back to that, because that even ties in with that. It may be the simple things, but if you love somebody, you have to give what it takes to let that person know that you really love them.
Right. I gotta correct John, because he said it's officially taboo more deed now, so no more John is John. First of all, John, you need to change your Facebook name. So that's what we're doing.
So I'm not calling you by your last name.
He legally had his name
changed.
Yeah, but until you change your Facebook name.
He Muslim now?
That's not
Muslim. What is it? No, it has to do with the Muslim.
Swahili.
It's just another language.
Until you change your Facebook name, you're going to be John. All right. Tarina says she wearing the shirt too, y'all.
Wait, what?
Hey, these short orders coming in, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we about to, yes.
Listen, Mary Martin and Tarina says, okay, John, way to go, John. Because they know that every week he is the problem. I think they jumped him last week. They jumped on him. I feel bad for him last week, because with Thelma Hakataka, all of them, boom.
John Richardson said he buying the t-shirt too, so.
I love it. Y'all are so supportive. Y'all better buy these shirts too. Okay.
Hold on. Mary Martin had a good point. She says, why? Spare me the details. Why do I need to know how many times you flipped her upside down? How do you erase the images that come with that? And I agree. You were saying how you thought you wanted the details, and we had a whole show where Nana was like,
I want the details. I don't care. Like,
it's bad when you know what the female. It's bad when you know.
It wasn't worse for me. To me, I felt good that I knew, because now that I know, I can bury all of it in its entirety, because I know it all. Like I told y'all, for me, if I don't know, it's more dangerous, because my mind. I'm a creative thinker. Okay, I'm a poet.
So I'm asking you this, because then I'm gonna break it down this way about you knowing. When I was told what happened, it went as far as I laid her on her back and put my mouth on her. You want to go that deep?
That's too big.
I mean,
we gotta do this.
You want to know that?
Yeah.
You want to know that he laid her on his back, and
I want to know what you did. Like,
but do you want intimate details
and stuff
like the positions?
Right.
You don't have to tell me the positions, but I'm saying
if
you flipped her, like, it's gonna come. You're gonna tell me. I mean, when I say details, I'm saying like, okay, if y'all did sleep together,
like how y'all met.
How you met, where it happened, was it in my bed? Was it here? How many times?
Not deep details.
But I mean, even if they did it, it wouldn't bother me in a sense. Like, because I still feel like, okay, you told me everything.
Something he did to her, he don't do to you.
Okay, that was the fight. Yeah, no, that would mess me up.
Okay,
that would mess me up.
Minya Cole, thank you so much for watching us on tonight. She stated that I think it's one thing to not want to know the details, and another thing for the cheating partner to not be willing to share the details.
That was the problem.
Ass.
That was
That's
the
so
problem.
key.
But when we talk about details, like, is it the details of them when they first met, how they started talking, how many times they go out, or is it more like intimate details on that end? Because I could understand if a person wouldn't want to share intimate details as far as the sexual end. If
just
they
any
did that.
detail.
I
But
feel
no,
like
I
you don't
said-
get the
I
privilege
ain't
though
gonna
to
lie.
decide that. I feel like if you're the one who cheated and your partner is asking you, they want to know. I
Right.
feel like you don't get to say
Like,
I'm not finna because that's what
right.
happened to me. It was like, oh, I want to spare you the details. You didn't spare me
You
the
didn't
cheating,
spare
so
my
don't spare me
heart.
no details. Oh, I've hurt you enough.
Yeah.
I'm not to hurt you if you don't tell me. Well, what are you
Right.
talking about? What do
And
you
when
mean?
a woman
Like, no.
asks for the details, y'all know she's not asking for intimate
She-
details of everything you did to the woman.
I
She
licked
wants
her behind
details
her
like-
neck.
She wants the 5 W's.
And
Who,
I
what, why,
agree,
when,
like
where.
And our loins were sweating in the
Yeah.
heat. We don't
Five
care
W's.
about that stuff. Okay.
Right. Who, what, why, when, where. Who was it? Why was it? When was it?
And then it's
What
bad
was
if
it?
they
And how
it's
long
bad if they
was it?
cheat on you with the person that you know.
Yeah.
That's why you shouldn't want to detail. If it's somebody you know, you should really want.
I really need to know if it's somebody I know.
You want to know the details?
No, I want to know if it's somebody I know.
Oh yeah,
That's why I said, you see me cut me off. I was talking about the 5 W's. That's all we
Who
need
was
to know.
it? What did you say? Who was it? When was it?
Where was it?
Where was it?
Why was it?
What was it like? Was it a relationship? Was it a
Oh,
one-time
what
thing?
was it?
And then why?
Yeah.
What in you made you, cheat? So
Yeah,
I need all
why-
5 W's.
why-
I don't need to know if you flipped them.
Why?
Flipped
Why?
them,
It's because they
flipped
wanted
them,
to. They
Flipped her, stripped her, flipped her.
Why?
I don't
Because
even
they
know.
wanted to.
Yeah.
Why? That's why. Because he wanted to. I don't even think.
You know,
I
some
should
of
do-
them will tell you, "Oh, I needed attention," or "You don't compliment me," and she was giving me compliments, or "Remember how I told you that you let
Big
yourself
daddy.
go?" They'll, you'll get all of that.
No, because
Those
the
work husband and work wife. That's what we tell y'all. Y'all better if you
Right.
have somebody in your life, if you married, you got a husband, you got a wife. Y'all
Right.
better make sure when they walk through that door in the morning that you are the one who lifts them up, who gives them all
Tells
the
them they
compliments,
look good.
tell them they look good, all of that. Because if you let them walk out, I'm telling you, it's as simple as going
There's
to the gas
somebody else.
station.
You better
as
call
going
that
to work.
man Big Daddy.
Somebody's going to be telling her she look good. Someone's going to be telling him, oh, he smells wonderful. He
For
seems
real.
like, and if
Amen.
it ain't coming from you, that's how stuff gets started. You don't leave room for that. So by the time they hear from them, they're like, man, I already got that at home. Like, I'm not worried. But if they're being starved at that behind that under the roof, when they go out those doors, oh, they're going to soak it up.
Let me tell y'all something.
Yeah.
A starving person may not even eat chitlins, but when they're hungry, they'll eat chitlins.
First off, ain't nothing wrong with chitlins.
I know that, but the world doesn't know.
Okay. So
Handle your business at
the
home.
thing about
Handle
this,
your
about what
business.
you were saying about the importance of giving compliments and stuff, because even when that person goes out, if they don't react in that moment of somebody complimenting them, deep down on the inside, it actually does make them feel good. It's like, wait, what?
Especially when they're not getting it from you.
You may act like it's
Right.
not affecting you, but it starts to erupt.
But
something
then
in you.
sometimes,
A
and I
seed.
think that's like a
It's a
communication as
seed.
well.
And it gets watered
Right.
every day.
I think it's like a communication too, because if there's something missing in our relationship, I shouldn't have to find out because you found it in somebody else. You should have communicated to me, sweetheart, this is what I need. And the problem is that people don't feel like they should have to tell someone that loves them, this is what they need. But all of us have different views on love and different experiences. And we are a product of our experiences and our knowledge. So if I don't know something, then you're going to have to share it with me, not just go find that to somebody else.
Yeah.
But if you share it and I don't give it, then I might not be the one for you. No need to cheat. Just move on.
Exactly, because that happens. It's like, well, I told you and you did it. Well, then you should have broke up with me.
Yeah,
That's
that's part.
simple.
Like, don't go
You could have
cheat
just
on me.
don't cheat on me, because you're saying I'm not
You
even
should've
doing what
left
you
me
wanted,
alone.
but you're keeping me, but you also not busting someone else down. No,
But
like you should have walked
but we
away.
got another perspective, y'all.
Who?
Mary says it's maturity. She says she used to cheat, but she's green now because she understands the pain it causes on both sides. But she had to experience it first to understand it. So she's saying I had to go through the experience of cheating on someone, seeing them be hurt, in order to realize, man, I don't
So
even
how
want
she
to
get
get
busted?
She had to go through the experience too of being cheated on, right?
No, she's saying
When she said, but I had to experience that to understand it. She had to experience the cheating in order to understand the pain it caused.
oh, so somebody cheated on you, and
Yeah.
you realize how they felt when you cheated on them.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that makes it even.
Karma.
Oh my! So y'all had some mutual.
Cast your bread upon the waters.
If anybody starts off the sentence, "Well, I'm not trying to be funny,"
It's about to be.
this is about to sound like trying to be funny.
He got a suit on in that picture.
Listen, he be
Wear the hat.
He be sharp.
Change in the pocket. You think he changed in his pocket?
He said, I'm not trying to be funny, but I get, you can read that.
I think he's trying to tell you something, Kosh. You want me to
But
read
you
it?
know what he's doing is he's confirming what we said about men all the time.
Are you gonna
Men-
read it?
No, everybody can see it on the screen. They can
Yeah.
push themselves. But I'm saying that he's confirming what we've always said, that a man can't handle the things he puts on a woman.
Mm-mm.
Like he said, a man.
I would never give the man a detail if I cheated on them. I would never say what
No.
happened.
He said one chance. That's all you get. So that means if you cheat one time, we done.
Because he wouldn't want to even imagine
right. He doesn't want to
Y'all
imagine it.
trifling.
Ah,
But
but
it's
they'll do it
facts.
and be like, please give me one more
Right,
chance.
right.
Well, come
That's a
on.
song.
Baron actually says,
Hey,
he's a little bit
Katsu,
further
what's
down.
up?
He said he liked the horns. Here. Wait, what kind of
The
sound
horns.
does a deer make?
These
The
don't make
deers don't make
sounds.
sounds.
Oh. He says, leave me before you cheat on me, because if you cheat on me while we are together, you're going to see the king earlier than expected.
Take
Oh
me
my,
to
wait a
the
minute, what is
king.
And you may not see the king if you ain't got no relationship with the king.
Wow. So you killing people, man?
Y'all know he jump out roofs and bushes and stuff.
Not roofs.
Hey, shout out to Baron. If y'all need food, he is great with the cooking skills. He has his own business now. So if y'all need food, reach out to Baron.
Maggie, we have
He's
a new
professional cater.
a new viewer. I haven't seen you before.
Maggie?
Maggie, I don't know if that's Michelle or Michael. I know Kasha gonna probably say Michelle because she want to be fancy.
Right.
But she said, tell them because they cannot read your mind. And that goes back to when we were talking
Exactly.
about the
Facts.
communicating.
That's what Alicia
What you
said.
need.
Communication is key.
Very much so. Very much so.
Keisha Taylor in the house. Look, she said she missed the show a couple. She's been gone so long, she lost her top fan status. You got to rebuild, sis. You got to rebuild. Come on.
Listen, that's what she said she was
That's
trying to do. She had liked our posts and stuff. I said, look at her working for it. And Osandra, you didn't have to respond to me playfully flirting about you, because you didn't make no comment after the fact. So I know where your heart is when it lies with me. God ain't called us to be together anyway.
Yes, he did. I feel it.
Me,
okay. Sajay said, man, when I was cheated on, praise Yah, he exposed. So you ended up finding out. You know, I'm going to ask you, how'd you find out? Because we're curious.
Well, until we get his story, I got a story.
Go ahead.
Because it was actually this man we were considering getting married. And I never forget, I actually prayed, because this is like, and you know, I need to get back to my first love, but I used to like ride everywhere I drove my car, listen to worship music. I would cry, I'd be praising, worshiping in my car, shouting, everything. And I never forget, I was in my car driving, I was praying, I was like, Lord, you know, if this is not for me, let me know. Expose.
That's what happened to me.
He exposed
my week of fasting.
Only as he can.
Yeah.
I mean, he exposed it in an unexplainable way to where the person couldn't even figure out how they were exposed, because he tried to replicate it and duplicate it, and he could not do it. He could not make his phone do what it did. But come on,
so you got to tell the people what happened.
Okay,
tell them what happened.
All right, so this guy I was dating was a owner operator. He had his own truck and he would travel, and so I had asked God, you know, it was not for me to expose him. Well, this was before smartphones, so he had a dumb phone, and his phone actually called me, and I didn't answer, so my voicemail recorded a whole conversation between him and another woman. And when I went to check my messages, I was like, this is woo-wop. You know what I'm saying? And it literally recorded their whole conversation. So I didn't say anything. I let him come back. And then when he came back, I played it.
How long did it take for him to come back though?
It was probably like 3 days.
Okay, so you had to wait that whole time.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's the worst.
But
So you
I
got to
was
sit
good
on it.
because, you know, when God gives you an expose, you have such a peace about it.
Because
you know, like I didn't even go through the heartbreak and the cry. I made me cry.
Yeah,
but I didn't go through that horrendous heartbreak. It was just kind of like, these are the facts. You know, whoa. But he just like, I don't know what he did to my heart, but I didn't have to go through all that pain.
Yeah, so if y'all need to know and y'all got questions, just pray about it because the Lord will reveal it every time. Same thing happened to me. It was during my week of fasting. And I was like, you know what, Lord, this is starting a new year. You know, we do corporate fast, even sometimes in church, things like that. But I was fasting specifically for my relationship. And within a week, you guys, I got the woman to woman, Barbara.
Are you lying?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was a message. It wasn't a phone call. It was
Was you Barbara then?
I was the original.
Oh, okay. She was the other woman.
Yeah.
But the man you claim he's mine. So you was Barbara.
Yeah.
He's mine from the top of his head to the bottom of the crusty toenails. Come on.
All of that. So I was just like, well, okay, Lord, you know, this hurts. But I did ask for this. So thank you.
We still on the first question. Listen, John Richardson made a good comment. He says, attention, hello, intimacy and communication is the key in the relationship. When you understand and know your mate and what they need, then you know what to avoid and you gain wisdom on love. And John, that's true, but also if you have, in order to understand and know your mate, you have to have an understanding, which means there has to be a conversation, which means I think one of the ladies said earlier, nobody's a mind reader. Nobody's a mind reader. Don't expect, because this is a woman, she's got it all together. She's a college graduate. She's a lawyer. She's this, she's that, that she is all knowing and omniscient. There's only one. Hi, his name is Jesus. Come on here. And so, right. I may be his daughter. Come on here. I may be part of the royal priesthood, but I am not omnipotent. I'm not omniscient. I don't know all things. And I don't know you, really. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting to know you. Even if we've been knowing each other a year, I'm getting to know you. And so therefore, I need you to tell me some things. Help me help you.
Yeah.
And that's constant, again, because there's people who have been married for 35 years, however long, and they'll tell you, even in the whatever latter years of their marriage, they're still learning things about one another. Because remember, as humans, we're evolving until the day we're called home. So it's always going to be something to learn. Always. It's not like you just, I guess metaphorically we'll say, oh, I know that person like the back of my hand. You can know overall maybe their demeanor, but when it comes to details and things like that, it's constantly changing, you know. So you have to keep that in mind.
I think it's really beautiful at the fact of how we can teach people how to treat us and how to love us. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, if you never had a communication about, you know, the way you feel or what you want or anything like that, and you operate and it's okay, it is what it is. Like you almost are operating in camouflage or as a counterfeit, if that makes sense. Until you really tell somebody and they tell you, that's when you are operating in a real relationship. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
we like each other, we go to movies and stuff, but what about the things that you don't tell them? What about the things that they don't tell you that they like or they dislike? Are you going to continue to function as a counterfeit couple, or are you going to be real about it and say, no, I don't like this. You know, I would prefer this. Can you, you know, this is my love language. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's when the realness of the relationship tends to blossom, when you begin to talk about it. So I never even thought about it this way, but I think it's a beautiful thing to finally be open and communicate about how we can love and treat each other to grow a relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Kia has a good point.
You are all the way at the bottom.
That is good. Come on, right girl. There. Come on, girl.
Right there. Yes, ma'am. So Kia has a great point. She said communication is great, but comprehension is the key. So it's one thing to say it, but for them to actually understand in a way that's going to actually bring some kind of change in behavior, that's what it's all about. And that goes back to when we talked about how you can even love someone, right? But you also have to take into consideration, do they have the capacity? You have to know, discern the vessel, right? Discern the vessel that you're dealing with and see, can they actually handle that? Do they have the capacity to hold what I'm carrying? Because everybody can't hold it. There's people that you've even met, even in friendships, and you're like, wow, I think they're a really good person. Or I think, but we're not on the same page. We're going in two different directions. So for me to sit here and ask, oh, in a relationship, even I want you to do A, B, and C. I expect that, but they don't come from that kind of background. They're still kind of growing. They're still, even as much as they are trying their darndest, and they do have really good intentions. At this point, they don't have the capacity to carry that weight that you're holding, because you're more mature. You're more of you like, y'all are just not on the same. And it's hard because a lot of times we say, oh, all you need is love. All you need is love. If you guys have love, you'll make it work. But sometimes, y'all, we have to be real. You got to discern the capacity of the vessel. And if they don't have the capacity, it doesn't matter how much love they have. It doesn't make them a bad person.
That's the thing. It doesn't make them a bad. And I'm glad that everybody.
It's just saying that they're not able to handle it.
Yeah.
And you have to meet it out.
Yeah.
You have to meet it out. M-E-T-E. Y'all will Google it. You have to meet it out. So because, like, for example, we're all friends, but yet there are things I tell Nana I don't tell Zenobia. There's things I tell Zenobia I don't tell Nana. You have to meet it out. You know what I'm saying? And
you tell her things you don't tell me?
I knew
she was going.
That's a joke.
Giving an example.
No, that's a joke because I've been saying that lately about how some people, you know what to tell and what not to, and it's not anything bad. It's just what they
serve different. Yes, what they can handle. You serve different.
I got people outside of church. I can handle them a certain way than the people in church. I can't talk to my best friend out of church about the Holy Spirit and God this and God that, because she's not in that place.
Right.
I talk to the other one about that.
Right. You have to be able to differentiate.
Absolutely.
And separate
that word. Yeah.
Prince, Out of Africa, my brother. My brother
How
is
are
back
you
with
doing
us. How are
tonight?
you doing, Prince?
I really love his profile picture though, y'all. That
Oh,
green,
yeah,
that
I
green
love
is
that
popping.
green. Yeah.
That's why he had to change it. Saji says, dude, I was not aware y'all even said anything to me. Well, Zenobia, you hooked him up on what we asked. Okay.
But
He
had
answered. He
something
answered
there.
the question. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting there, y'all.
Oh,
Here,
slowly. But
Yeah.
getting there.
Wait, why do you feel that?
Yeah, it's hard out here.
Oh, Sajay said.
I'm trying to engineer MBOs. Help me, Lord.
Said, man, the first time it was emotional cheating, which she did in front of me because she was mad, stating she couldn't get what she wanted from me. She called her friend with benefits. I found out that was his role later on. So in all truth, I don't know if she ever did leave that perverse relationship alone because she was not getting that D from me, not until marriage. Click, click.
And for y'all that are I mean, now that since he said it, he saving it for the right one. So kudos to
Still trying to sell my brother. Aside
kudos to the
trying
lady.
to sell you the whole show.
I'm not trying to sell you. You are valuable.
He's behind the glass.
You are prized. You are prized possession.
Behind the.
Yeah, you ain't from the gumball machine at Walmart. You are the one behind the counter where they have to unlock
rails.
Yeah.
Okay, they got a whole key for you.
Oh, come on, Baron got a testimony.
And he got a nice body.
Oh, Catsuit got something.
Oh, I was saying Baron got a.
Yeah, I call him Catsuit ever since I
thought you said Cassie. I was like, no, we Baron.
Oh, he said I was made aware for cheating after I broke up with her. Okay, so Baron says, I was cheated on in my first relationship of 8 years. I was so in love with someone that cheated on me several times. Being so in love and cheated on and staying in it to work it out several times, I realized I was losing myself. I did things out of my norm because they ended up still leaving me for one of the ones they cheated on me with. After that, I lost weight and my mind and soul and heart wasn't aligned anymore. I gave 100% and had nothing left in me to find myself anymore. So I started.
Yeah.
So I started using the 80-20 rule. Going forward, I will never give my entire self to someone, no matter how much we are in love. Cheating can have someone committing suicide, feeling they weren't good enough for someone they gave their all to. So cheating taught me a lesson.
Wow. Hey, Alana.
Losing yourself.
Yeah.
That is.
But that's real.
Yeah. Yes.
That's real.
Yes.
But see, that sometimes too can happen when you stay in something too long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you've learned from that girl, because I think they said that was his first relationship of 8 years. That was a long relationship. And yeah, man, brother.
Why do you feel that way opening up?
What? Why do you feel that way opening up, please? Lorenzo Sanders.
Yeah, expound on that, because we're not sure what you're.
Why do you feel that way opening?
What are you saying, Lorenzo? If you could say it again, so we can.
Is he talking to Baron, referring to Baron? Why do you feel that way?
I don't know. Lorenzo, just kind of explain.
Okay.
I used to go to school with him.
Oh, hey, Lorenzo. Yeah. So, hopefully Lorenzo can give us that. Asante did want to give some clarity. He was not made aware of the cheating until after they broke up. And then the second time he was made aware that she was messing with someone else after I broke up with her. Okay.
I got somebody for you.
We got a whole bunch of people before you start.
We do now. We do.
Okay. Well,
have you been to RCT yet on a Sunday, sir?
No, don't bring them there. I love my church. Don't bring them there.
He'll come mess the church up.
Don't bring him there.
Come on.
And then he's saving himself too.
Yeah.
Ooh. Don't bring him nowhere.
No, you still need to come visit us. Come worship with us.
No, I'm saying don't bring him nowhere. Keep him in the house. Don't go out to eat. Don't do that.
She's trying to keep you behind the
he
glass.
almost married her, y'all. All right, but listen.
Oh, Osage?
Yeah, the second young lady.
You still got the ring?
What?
I never cheated on a woman. Back in my heyday, I simply put it out there.
Then you cheated. Just because you said, hey, I'm letting you know up front. I
let him know I was pimping.
Right.
So it was all good.
Even if you let him know up front, that's still cheating.
I was almost going to be like, oh, John, until I finish the rest of the sentence.
Yeah.
No.
What position you play? He's like,
yes, you can come outside. You don't listen to
no, you can come to our church. Man, we got some really great women at our church.
It's not even about the women. Just come for the worship experience.
Because she said RCT.
Let God do what God's going to do.
God's going to do it too.
No, she said the person she thought about for him is at RCT.
No, I was saying there's a lot to choose from at RCT.
But we're not recommending you just come to church.
No, yeah, we're not. Yeah, just let the Holy Spirit move out.
I'm just throwing that out there. So anyway, but listen,
I'm not mingling. I'm singling.
Here she
You
goes.
don't know what you're doing right
I
now.
do know what
From week to
Every
week
week
it
you're
changes.
something else.
No, I just told you though. I
You're
am ready to. I am open to.
Her chocolate man
record
of
this,
God.
y'all.
I am open to dating. I'm not open to a heart-to-heart liking a person yet, but I am open to going out to eat, maybe having conversations. I am open to seeing what my future holds.
Exploring.
I'm open to, yeah, I'm open to exploring options, but you have to be dark.
Then you're not open.
I'm very open.
No, you open with restrictions.
I'm not open with
She's
restrictions
open
because
to her
it says
preference.
that when God gives you his desire become your desire. And I've been having this same desire since I was a kid, so I know.
So you think he gave it to you as a kid?
Yeah.
I think it's called a preference.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, bright men to me are just not cute.
Okay, so then tell the truth and shame the
No,
devil.
I take that back.
Don't be putting that on God.
I don't like.
God is too big to be worried about what color.
I don't like men
man
with
is.
hair texture like mine with long hair and stuff.
What?
Like you gotta
She
have
doesn't want a
waves.
pretty boy. She
I don't
just
want a
wants
I want somebody with some hair on their legs.
I thought you got rid of the list. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. She's not
Says the woman who has a book.
She's not mentally ready.
I am
Okay,
mentally
so
ready.
Just I take back.
Okay. So listen to this.
Indian
I'm
endorsements.
not even trying to be funny, but look at me. Like
What about you?
I'm a prize, so I want a prize back in return.
First of all, we are the prize. What's the point?
She a big prize today.
What's the point though? The point
yes,
is,
I am.
the point
Nah,
is,
for real.
is that,
I'm open though because I like Caucasian man too.
oh, now she open to see.
Now,
That's
however,
lighter
How
than
you go flat?
because I don't
no.
like.
Can we just go back 2 seconds ago? No.
No,
How you go from I
dark?
don't even think yellow or light skinned men are attractive. But
You
then
jumped
went-
up and shades
I
up.
don't like men that look like they're mixed like me. I don't like bright yellow men, but I do like white men. I don't like Mexican men because I feel like I can get a lot of babies. I don't want that. And so,
Zenobia, you are not open. You may be open, like the store is open, but you're not open for what God has for you.
because I don't think it's God's desire
But
for
that,
me to be with
what's the
somebody
first
that
thing
looks
you
like
just
me.
said? I don't think. You hope and pray
I
that
pray,
he don't
I pray he answers
have
my
someone
prayers.
like for you. But let me tell you something. You'd be surprised. Have you ever? Now y'all just be honest. Have you ever fell in love with somebody and then after it was over, you be like, "My God, what did I see? What did I see in them?" Why? Because all your lists and all the things you listed that said you didn't want, you end up finding in that.
But
Okay,
I ran into
okay.
him at the store, girl, and he was looking
Okay,
a
but
mess
listen,
in his tooth,
listen
and they were
to
like,
this.
"Girl, he always look like
But
that."
listen
You
to
didn't
this.
see her.
Listen to this. The truth of the reality is that I play a lot. I am open to whoever God has for me. I don't size. No, I'm being dead serious right now.
So he missing 2 front teeth. You just gonna say that's not what God has.
I was open at the time when he did have 2 front teeth. Y'all know I dated
So
somebody.
then be honest and be real with it.
What? I know that if you don't have 2 front teeth, you can get dentures.
So, are we gonna cover the healing today?
No, I don't think
Y'all
so.
better not ever walk up to me with 2 front teeth missing. Period.
See, she's not ready, y'all. Okay, keep
No,
continuing to pray.
No, but that's too
I
much.
can't said no, baby. You're not open yet. Go ahead and log off for me, baby. Thank you.
Okay, but now before we
Yeah,
but
yeah,
let's go ahead and move forward. But before we do, all joking aside, I am open to whoever God has for me. And I'm being dead serious when I say that. I've matured a lot. You know that.
She was just joking.
I know you have, but
Y'all wouldn't even.
that's not being open though.
But 2 missing teeth.
No, we ain't talking
Y'all wouldn't even date
No,
about with 2 missing teeth.
No, you said
dated
no.
people.
Let's go back to the beginning. I'm open to dating
I am.
dark men.
No, I'm open to
That's
dating.
what kicked this
She's
whole.
open to dating, period. She just likes.
I'm
dark
open to
men.
dating
That ain't what
anyone,
she
but
said,
my
no.
preference.
Yeah,
If
I know.
God,
See, I know what you mean, girl.
yeah,
You ain't
if
even
God
got.
asked me my
Both y'all get
preference,
this
I
side.
would say a dark man, just because I was raised
You
around a lot of
Nubian?
dark men, and that's what my preference is. But if God wants to go besides my preference and give me somebody beneath it, then that's fine. Because that means in God's eyes, He's great. Maybe not mine, but God's eyes.
Oh, Lorenzo was saying that that response was to the question we referred to earlier. I apologize for that response.
No, you
No,
didn't
you're
even
good.
say that. We
You're
just
good. We have so many responses and we want to try to, get all the good ones out there. So sometimes we be behind because we start talking about our own feelings and thoughts, which is, come on.
Y'all, I am open. I'm just playing. I'm actually in a really good place in my life right now to go on dates and go out to eat and stuff. I really am.
You ain't got to convince me.
Because they're saying it on here.
What they say?
Talk about I'm
She's
not
not
open
open.
yet. Talking about a book look like one thing on the outside.
I know John said a person is like a book. You'll never know the best. You'll never know the best part until you open the book and read the chapters.
Serena laughed.
Yeah. Okay. So listen. Yeah, God may bring you something that you don't like.
Why would God bring me something I don't like? Who said
I guess
that?
she said, Alona. She said God will bring you something. May bring you something that you don't like you, or
probably God will bring you something that
that don't look like you.
Or,
yeah.
that may not be your preference. Oh,
right. And and if you open and you gotta say, you know what? What does it hurt to just go have coffee? To get them that coffee and realize, you know what?
I don't like you.
There's no match.
And to try to say it's not a match.
So, how tall are you?
I am 5'5".
Okay. So, if someone came into your life at the height of 5'9", 4'9".
Was it a kid?
That's a grown man at 4'9". And God said, "This your husband."
I never even met a man 4'9". What?
Well, that's
who do you know
That's
that's 4'9".
whoever your future husband is.
Girl, no, he ain't the devil.
Well,
I snatched that up the atmosphere right now.
I snatched everything y'all spoken about me.
We ain't spoken.
No, that's what she said. Everything we smoke. Hold up.
It sounds like y'all smoking.
We didn't even smoke nothing.
It's kind of like we're smoking.
Why my ears calling? The show almost over, y'all. It's 9:20. We finna hang up on all y'all.
Oh my!
You said you never met a man that's 4'9"?
No.
We got short people at our church.
They not 4'9".
Don't throw them under the bus like that. Don't throw them under the bus like that.
I don't know.
Oh, but you still never met a man. Has a short
I think my nephew was like 4'9".
Has a short man tried to talk to you before?
So I've talked to someone that was my height,
but you never in your life seen a 4'9" man?
I just was what? I probably had like a midget, maybe.
You probably seen him, but you was too tall to see him.
Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in to the Women of Power Radio Show. Listen, we want to say happy holidays. We're gearing up for Christmas next week. As Zenobia said.
Look at what Kia said. See?
Okay, Kia said we're making her.
Kia said, dang, y'all making me rethink if I'm open at this point. For real, we all say we open until we're really asking questions. Are you open?
Yes. No, I am open. I mean,
to any person that got sent in your life.
Not any. I'm saying we all have our preferences. Yeah.
You got your standards that you've established. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
What you calling my bluff about? Lorenzo, we're not gonna do this publicly. Don't call my bluff, because if you do what I think you're gonna do, I'm not gonna respond. So we're not gonna play no games again.
Okay. Listen, we want Letissa Hubbard says thank you and happy holidays. Thank you so much, Letissa. Listen, we're gearing up for Christmas next week. As we stated, Zenobia will not be here. She'll be at a black tie affair next Tuesday, but me and Nana will be right here, back with the hashtag Savage Squad.
Okay.
Savage Squad.
Why she say it like that?
Everything is extra. Come here. Mary got a point. I gotta get to this. She said God isn't gonna just send you just any okay person. You attract what you are.
Wait, what you are? Dang.
Woo, that's deep. You attract what you are.
I got a question though. Do you think that God would send you somebody that fulfills every other area in your life but the sexual end?
No.
He is intelligent, John. Thank you so much for that. God is intelligent. He knows what you need. So
Oh, okay.
And
that
what you need
may
not be what you want.
I don't care about nobody being sexually. I haven't had enough of that in my life.
No, I ain't talking about sex, but if you want to go there, that could be a point. And then Alana, thank you. Alana says, happy holidays. So listen, you guys, as we get ready to close out the show, please make sure you go and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Women of Power Radio Show. Also, Nana, where can they send their questions?
You can send your questions into our DMs right here on Facebook. You can type your questions right here in the comments, because we do go back to them. Or you can email them to womenofpower5@gmail.com. And remember, when you subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell so you can get all the notifications. And when we go live here, we also go live on YouTube, because I did have somebody ask me today, it's the same. We get all the comments. We still see your comments and everything. They all come in one place.
Yes. And then also, you guys, make sure, for those of you that have watched our show several times and you just love the show, go to our Facebook page and leave a review.
Yeah.
Make sure you leave a review of the show there. We appreciate it so much. And also, for those of you who want to give to the continuance of our show, we also have our Cash App on the screen if you want to make a donation so that we can continue to. I got hiccups. That did not sound like a hiccup, did it? No. Okay, so that we can continue to bring you more exciting shows, continue upgrading our technology and expanding the network. Of course, we are, just like our church, reaching as many possible.
So I can get some deodorant that works.
We will not be using it for any personal.
Please share the video, share the video, share the video.
Yes.
Help our algorithms, y'all, please.
Please do. All right, now you want to close us out?
Sure. With what?
Happy holidays.
I don't know.
Happy holidays to you. Happy holidays.
Happy
I always mess it up.
Happy holidays to you.
Rudolph the pink-nosed reindeer
Reindeer.
had a very shiny nose.
Like a light bulb. And if you ever saw him, you would even say it glows.
Like a light bulb.
All of the other reindeers.
Why
We don't
would
know
his
the rest.
nose light up like a light bulb?
Because a light bulb lights
I
up.
mean, no, it's supposed to grow or
Wait.
glow. Wait a minute. What's
You
light?
would even say it glows like a lightning bug. That's
No.
actually what it says.
No,
Like
it says like
That is not nowhere in that song,
no,
man.
okay. Rudolph the red-nosed
lightning
reindeer
bug.
had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him,
Saw
you would even say it glows
Like a light bulb.
like a light. Yeah, she talking about like Pinocchio.
Does not glow.
it's a part of there that says like Pinocchio.
And all the other reindeer.
Y'all just
used to
log
like to
off.
call him
It's time.
names.
Go ahead, log off for me, baby.
Oh, Saji wants to know when are we gonna bring people in live. You live right now, Saji. Look at you. On the screen. What you mean? You live. You live. But I know what you're saying. And-
We're working it out.
We're
We're
gonna do that soon. Right now, we're just trying to
We live, baby.
Yes.
I be that baby
That's
pepper.
how we're gonna start
I
every
be
show
the-
now. We live,
I be
baby.
the
We
pappy.
live. Welcome to the Savage Squad.
See, like
It is.
he said, like the Pinocchio.
No, Minya Cole says
that's what
like.
I said.
No,
Like
he's laughing.
Pinocchio.
No, he's laughing at you. I told y'all it's like a lightning bulb. You can even say it glows like a lightning bulb.
No,
Like a light bulb.
Like a light bulb.
Like a
Vinya.
lightning bug.
No.
We sang that when I was in
No.
5th grade, 6th grade,
No.
and no, it was
It's
not
like
no
a-
lightning bulb.
like a
You
light
went to the
bulb.
choir.
You went
It's
to
like a
school
light
in-
bulb.
You went to school in
Like,
Ghana.
oh,
She went to school in
like a
Ghana.
light bulb.
I went to school in America. Y'all feel me? Okay, well, even the African reindeer know it's a light
Look,
bulb.
no,
Girl,
no,
like,
like-
Like
Look.
a.
See?
I told you I said it's light bulb.
it's like a light bulb. Who says like a lightning bug? Come on, man.
She
That's
said like
that country
No,
remix.
actually, the first one I said like a light bulb. You said Pinocchio, but it's like a light bulb.
See,
You
she
can
talking about I went to
say
school in
it glows
Africa.
like
She
a
went to school in the
All
streets.
of
'Cause They
the
clearly
other
didn't teach us nothing.
reindeers used to laugh and call him names.
Like what?
What
Call names.
Pinocchio.
Used to laugh and
Oh,
call
calling
him
names.
names.
Like
No,
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio's not in the song.
Pinocchio's in the song. I
They
promise.
never let
No, yeah,
go
but what
of
did
the-
they say when they say they used to call names? They do say like something.
But not Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
I think it might be Pinocchio.
No, because that got to do with lying.
No, Pinocchio. You remember they used to laugh and call him names because he wasn't a real
Right,
boy.
because
Used
he
to
wasn't
laugh
a
and
real
call
boy.
He wasn't a real boy.
Like Pinocchio.
I think it is. It is like Pinocchio. You're right.
They never let poor
Yeah.
boy
yeah.
join any
Wait,
reindeer gang.
used
Like
to-
Monopoly.
wait, no,
Bill was
wait. No, we're gonna do this before we log on. Used to
Y'all,
Just look up the lyrics.
and call him names.
Let's put a room to radar ring.
Like
Rudolph lyrics.
no,
Oh, like Dumbo.
no,
Dumbo.
no,
was
no.
not
But this say Dumbo. But this will say Dumbo. But that one says Pinocchio.
Yeah,
It
it's
had a
Pinocchio.
rhyme, like Pinocchio. Yeah.
Right.
It's Pinocchio.
They never
Who
let
said
poor
Dumbo?
Rudolph join any other reindeer gang.
Like
Then
Monopoly.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, "Ho, ho, ho, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you ride my sleigh tonight?" Then all the reindeers loved him.
as they shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. You'll go down in history. Like the woman of power. You'll go down in history. Woo! All right.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah.